Today I will discuss the importance of platelets in blood. Students, what happens if the system of tube develops a leak? Think about situation when we are injured and start bleeding. Yes, naturally. To avoid this, the blood has platelet cells which circulate around the body and plug these leaks by helping to clot the blood at these points of injury. You can see in the diagram at your screen, the second diagram, the platelets are plugged over there at the leak. Now, lymph. Do you know? There is another type of the fluid also involved in the transportation. This is called lymph or tissue fluid. Through the pores present in the walls of the capillaries, some amount of plasma, proteins, and blood cells escape into intercellular space in the tissue to form the tissue fluid, or you can say lymph. It is similar to plasma of blood but colorless and contain less protein. This is the major difference between blood and lymph. Now at your screen you can see the lymph vessels. Green colored vessels are there. Lymph drains into lymphatic capillaries from the intercellular space which join to form large lymph vessels that finally open into the larger veins. Lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from intestine and drains excess fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. Can you tell me the name of the largest lymph vessel? Yes, that is lacteal. Lacteal vessel is the largest lymph vessel in the human body. Now, one of the most important topic, that is blood pressure. In every family, one or two members are suffering from this. Actually, the force that blood exert against the wall of the vessel is called blood pressure. This pressure is much greater in arteries than in vein. Keep in mind. The pressure of blood inside the artery during ventricular systole, you can say contraction, is called systolic pressure, and pressure in artery during ventricular diastole. Diastole means relaxation, is called diastolic pressure. Diastolic and systolic. So normal blood pressure is 120 upon 80 mmHg. Hg stand for mercury. How to measure blood pressure? You can see the sphygmometer, the diagram. The arteries you can see at the screen, the arm, rubber cuff inflated with air, and pressure in cuff above 120, easily measurable. The pressure in cuff you can see. Now sphygmomanometer. Blood pressure is measured with an instrument called sphygmomanometer. High blood pressure is also called hypertension and is caused by the constriction of arterioles, which result in increased resistance to blood flow. It can lead to the rupture of an artery and internal bleeding if it is more than that of normal flow. So you can see the blood pressure. How can it be measured? Transportation in plants. If the distance between soil contacting organ and chlorophyll containing organs are small, energy and raw materials can easily diffuse to all parts of the plant body. But if these distances become large because of changes in plant body design, then the diffusion process will not be sufficient to provide raw material in leaves and energy in roots. Therefore, a proper system of transportation is essential in such situation. So, this is what plant need for the transportation system. Now, plant transport system, xylem and phloem. Plant transport system will move energy stores from leaves and raw material from roots. These two pathways are constructed as independently organized conducting tubes. One, the xylem, moves water and mineral obtained from the soil. And the second one, the other is phloem, which transports products of photosynthesis from the leaves where they are synthesized to other parts of the body. You can see in the diagram at your screen, xylem and phloem. Xylem is mainly for transport of water and mineral. In xylem tissue, vessels and tracheids of the roots, stem and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous system of water conducting channel reaching all part of the plant. At the root cells, in contact with the soil actively take up ions. This creates a difference in the concentration of these ions between the root and the soil. Water therefore moves into the root from the soil to eliminate this difference. This means that there is a steady movement of the water into root xylem, creating a column of water that is steadily pushed upward. The water which is lost through the stomata is replaced by water from the xylem vessels in the leaves. In fact, evaporation of water molecules from the cells of a leaf creates a suction pump, you can say, which pulls water from the xylem cells of the root. And this loss of water in the form of vapor from the aerial parts, that is leaves of the plant, is known as transpiration. Transpiration is the social evil for the plant. Why? We'll discuss later. So, transpiration is the evaporation of water from the leaves. What is the importance of transpiration? Transpiration helps in the absorption and upward movement of water and mineral dissolved in the form of ions from roots to the leaves. It also helps in temperature regulation. Sometime when you are standing under the tree during a hot day, you can feel the value of transpiration over there. The effect of the root pressure in transfer of water is more important at night. During the day, when the stomata are open, the transpiration pull becomes the major driving force in the movement of water in the xylem. Now phloem, mainly for translocation of food. Let's consider how the product of metabolic process, particularly photosynthesis, are moved from leaves. Think about it. Where they are formed, how they move to other part of the plant. This transport of soluble product of photosynthesis is called translocation, and it occur in the part of the vascular tissue known as phloem. Besides the product of photosynthesis, the phloem transport amino acids and other substances as well. Substances are especially delivered to the storage organ of the roots, fruits, and seeds, and to growing organs. The translocation of food and other substances takes place in the sieve tube with the help of adjacent companion cell, both in upward and downward direction. Translocation phloem is achieved by utilizing energy. Material like sucrose is transferred into phloem tissue using energy from ATP. This increases the osmotic pressure of the tissue, causing water to move into it. This pressure moves the material in the phloem to tissue which have less pressure. This allows the phloem to move material according to the plant's need. For example, in the spring, sugar stored in the root stem tissue would be transported to the buds.